now with that incredible survival story. A woman stranded in the Arizona desert for 5 days, making it out alive. And now she's sharing her story exclusively with ABC News. And Lindsay Janice is here with the details. Good morning, Lindsay.
Good morning, Michael. You've heard of the movie 127 Hours? Well, this was 119 hours of terror for this young woman after her car ran out of gas in the desert with no GPS and no cell service. Authorities say she survived because she did everything right.
A college student stranded in the Grand Canyon for 5 days, trapped in a desperate fight for survival.
I was panicking and crying and sobbing, and I was a mess.
Amber Vanhecke was sightseeing when she says her Google Maps app sent her down a road that didn't exist. Her car ran out of gas in the middle of the canyon's rough terrain. Unable to get cell service, she made a series of videos saying goodbye to her family, just in case she didn't return. Determined not to give up, she began to make help signs out of rocks. As one day turned to the next, she finally glimpsed a sign of life and gave chase, to no avail.
Just tried to chase down a truck, but they didn't see me in their rear view. I'm okay.
Finally, on the 4th day, she decided to hike 11 miles to try to find a cell signal, leaving a note in her car explaining that she was walking east.
I felt very disconnected from just everything and everyone, and I was like, is there even a search out? At some point that question crossed my mind. Apparently there was a miscommunication somewhere and no one was looking for me at all.
She finally managed to get a signal and reach 911, but she was cut off while trying to explain where she was. In despair, she began the long hike back to the car. The call worked. After 119 excruciating hours, a helicopter rescue crew was able to find her, spotting her car and that help sign.
She was a survivor. She did a lot of things that helped her survive. So those notes were clues, and those clues led us to where she was.
They found Amber waving frantically a few miles from the vehicle. She was treated for exposure and dehydration, and a day later, back to sightseeing, showing off her sunburn in a Flagstaff observatory.
5 days ago, I thought I was going to die in the desert, and now I'm trying to go to class and trying to be normal.
Well, Amber had food and water in her car and she rationed it over the 5 days. The highlight of her rescue, she says the EMT, the helicopter EMT, flirted with her and said, "I'd be happy to get lost with you." They were very impressed with her survival skills.
And she talked about, she also talked about how she was wondering if anyone was looking for her, but she wasn't reported missing.
So no one knew she was missing. She posted her itinerary on Facebook. She was going on this trip alone, but apparently her friends and family thought, well, we haven't heard from her, that she probably has no cell signal, and so they weren't worried. Her mom had a sixth sense and was concerned, but yeah, she emerged after this excruciating experience, and no one knew she was gone.
But she took it on her own to get out there and get help.
Really impressive.
It's very impressive, Lindsay. Thank you.